All right, I think we're live. Okay, here we go. Hi guys, I'm excited to show you my DIY sunscreen. So I made the lotion bars last night to make sure that they worked, and they worked amazing. So we're gonna do another one this morning, and I'm gonna show you another type of application other than making the little bars. And so let's get started. So the products that you need, the ingredients, which I'll post the recipe afterwards so that you've got easy access to it. The stuff that you need is beeswax. There's just a little piece left here. I'll show you why in a second. You can buy them in the cubes from like a health food store. I believe you can order them like on Amazon. Candora soap in London, candorasoap.ca. They actually deliver. There's all different types of ways to get your hands on some beeswax. It comes in the cube. Now, the cubes are, beeswax is a very hard product. So one of the best ways to use the beeswax, especially in this type of situation, is to use a cheese grater, and then you want to grate it. Be very, very careful because you could cut your fingers. Now, if you do that, you can use lavender. But anyways, you want to grate it down, and because the more fine it is, the less time it takes to boil it down to liquid. So I've done most of it here. I'm just going to toss that in so it can start melting, and then I grab the rest of this. You can see that it's in a nice fine powder, which makes it a lot easier to melt, and we put that in our bowl. Oh, and how you boil stuff like this kind of oils and stuff, is in a double broiler. Now if you don't have a double broiler, what I did, which is very, very, very simple, is I just use a little saucepan, and then I've got a stainless steel bowl on top. So I put water in the saucepan, bring the water to a boil, and put a stainless steel bowl on top. The biggest reason is because you don't want the oils to sit on the direct heat, or else it will burn. So that's a super easy way to do it, is just a stainless bowl in a little saucepan with water in the pan, and then that way it gets going there. So I'm going to let that melt for a minute. The next product that you need, ingredient, is shea butter. Once again, shea butter, very easy to find at like health food stores, likely Amazon. Candora soaps again, send this stuff out. And once, I'll post the recipe. I'm using small amounts because I wasn't going to make a huge batch, since I did some last night and some this morning. So I'll post the recipe, which includes I think it makes 12 lotion bars, and then you can use the appropriate amount that you want to do. Obviously, if you want to do half a batch, then you would just split all the ingredients in half. So I'm just going based on just doing a small amount so that I don't make too much. So we just take our shea butter, which is a lot softer of a butter, and then we add that in as well. The essential oils always get added in at the very end, and once it's removed from the heat, because if you heat essential oils, they lose their potency, they lose a lot of their therapeutic uses, and so we don't want to do that. So we are just melting down the regular oils. Okay, next one is coconut oil. I just get mine from Costco, huge tubs, which is fantastic because we use it for everything. So we add in, and it's equal parts shea butter and coconut oil. So we're going to add that in and let that melt up. And then, of course, with it melting, that's how we mix it, all the oil pieces together. So I'm going to let that melt down a little bit here. I'll show you the lotion bars. So I did them in these little silicone muffin tins. You can do them in any mold, silicone mold. You can just do them in a jar. Just make sure that it's something that you can easily bring it out. And now that it's out, it's solid. And I even showed my kids this morning. So you would take this lotion bar and you would just rub it on your skin and rub it in. Super easy application, fun to use. It sits at this texture at room temperature. You don't want to leave it outside with you because it will melt in the heat, but it's so easy just to put on where you need it, and it works amazing. So far we've used beeswax, which you want to grate, shea butter, which you just pull off the amount that you want, and coconut oil, equal parts shea butter to coconut oil. For the lotion bars, use the solid coconut oil, not the fractionated oil, because that would be too liquidy. And then melt it down. Let me see how this is going here. Live videos can be a little interesting if things don't melt as quickly as you want to, because this will take a little bit longer than we expected. So let's hope that this melts down really nicely. The next product that you want to have is zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is one of the biggest parts to the sunscreen protection. Now there's two different types of zinc oxide. I'm not sure how many companies list exactly which one they have, but there's a non-nano zinc oxide and there's a nano zinc oxide. Same thing as if you guys are learning about the Savvy Minerals makeup. Savvy Minerals, the reason why it's so healthy and non-toxic is partly because of the non-nano particles. The difference between non-nano and nano is whether it absorbs into your skin or not. Non-nano particles are too large, will not be absorbed into your bloodstream, where nanoparticles are small. So if you can do the research into which one you're getting, you want to be looking for the non-nano zinc oxide, and that same goes with our fantastic Savvy Minerals makeup. They're non-nano particles, so they stay on top of your skin, they don't get absorbed into your bloodstream, which is what makes them completely safe. All right, I think we're getting, yes, it's completely melted down. So when it's melted down into liquid form, remove it from the heat. Be careful because the bowl will be extremely hot. I'm going to use my handy dandy Young Living oven mitts. Everything is Young Living in my house. If you didn't know that, I live and breathe Young Living. So, all right, we remove the bowl. You can see that it's obviously down to liquid. Get rid of that water. And then, now that it's removed from the heat, we can safely add the final ingredients, which is the non-nano zinc oxide. Depending on what size of the recipe you're using, I believe the full 12 recipe takes 2 tablespoons of this, but because I'm just doing 1/4 of it, I'm not going to put that much in. So I'll add my zinc oxide, and then I will add my essential oils. Now you can use whatever oils you want. Be very, very careful and choose oils that are not photosensitive, because you don't want to put on your skin and go out into the sun and then have your skin just react. Carrot seed is amazing. It's got SPF in it, as like that's natural. So does the coconut oil, so does the zinc oxide, so does the shea butter. So this is where we're building up that, that SPF. I recommend about 15 to 20 drops in a large batch, so it depends on what size batch you're doing. You can also add other oils depending on what you like. I like lavender is a great one because it's really, really nice on your skin. Plus it's kind of like a calming as well, which is great, and it smells really nice. So you add your zinc oxide, you add your carrot seed essential oils, and then you want to use some kind of fork or whisk or something to stir it up. And you stir it all together. You'll see that the zinc oxide starts to make it more like a milky color. And you would pour it into your molds. Now, I was going to show you a really fun, cool way of using this application. And I'm going to do it quickly because as this comes up to room temperature, it will harden and it will be harder to pour. So I'm going to show you really quickly. This is a deodorant tube from Young Living. I've completely used it out. So I took all the leftovers out of the inside. I'm going to put it back in, spin it down so that it sits at the bottom of the container. And I'm hoping that this will cool fast enough too so I can show you how awesome this application is. It's basically like putting deodorant on your skin, except it's going to have sunscreen in it, which is super cool. All right, so we scroll that down. So now we've got the tube is set as a mold. Make sure everything is nicely mixed up in our sunscreen here before it cools. So we want to pour it in. And we do just that. You can put it into a funnel or you can put it in however, and then we're just going to pour it nicely into the mold. And that's going to be enough to fill it right up to the top. Hopefully you can see that. And now we let it cool. So I'm going to set it down very gently so I don't spill it. You can also put it in the fridge to cool it down quicker if you want to. And that will harden. And then when you put it in the molds and you let it harden, it comes out like this. When you put it in the deodorant case, I'm actually just going to put the lid on it and throw it in the fridge, and let's see if quickly before the video is over I can show you how well that worked. Sorry, I know I left the screen right now. That's a live video no-no, but I just did it anyways. You walk away from the screen. And I'm back. Okay, so another crazy awesome application is to actually make it in a liquid form. So this is an old lotion tube that I got probably like way before Young Living, when I was using all kinds of crazy lotions. And I emptied it, cleaned it out, and I made this sunscreen without the beeswax. If you do not use beeswax, or if you don't want to use beeswax and you like the lotion, you want to be able to put it on and rub it into your skin, this is another option. So eliminate the beeswax. The other thing is to use fractionated coconut oil, which is the liquid form, instead of the regular coconut oil. That will make it so that is liquid, more liquidy, more like a lotion. And then I just took the top off and used a funnel and squirted it all in. And now I have an all-natural sunscreen lotion. So those are a couple different ways you can use this. With the beeswax, you can do the little tins or some kind of mold. Without the beeswax and switching to fractionated coconut oil, you can make it into a lotion. And I think that is basically it. I'm so excited you guys watched and checked this out. And let me see if cool down fast enough so I can show you the deodorant application side. Even if it hardened a little bit, I should be able to show you. Or I'm gonna make an absolute mess of my counter right now. Those are my two choices. Okay, starting to harden. So I can't quite show you yet because it's still liquid in the center. But when this is completely hardened, it would be exactly like a deodorant stick where you spin it up and you roll it on wherever you need it, shoulders, everything else. So that's really cool to take with you to the beach, maybe throw it in your cooler so it doesn't melt. But even just to have here at the house, because I know sometimes kids are like, you know, don't want it all rubbed on them, but the lotion bars are really handy, especially like this one. Very nice and easy application, works amazing. And that is, there we go. I'm all sunscreened up, especially for the pool weather. And that's coming. Next week is supposed to be in the 20s all week. So exciting. And that's it. So thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions, post them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And I will post the written recipe for you so you guys all have that. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.